Palindrome, why are you not valid? I'm really pissed. Okay, so valid palindrome. Let's get started. 15 minutes. Given a string, determine if it's a palindrome, considering only alphanumeric characters and ignoring cases. For example, a man, a plant, a canal. I'm sorry. Wrong stress. Is a palindrome. And raise a car is not a palindrome. So a palindrome is a string where, so a palindrome is a symmetric string. A man, a plant, a canal, a Panama is the same as reading it backward. So this is, we have a man, a palan, a canal, and whatnot. Okay, so there is one restriction, is that considering only alphanumeric characters and ignoring cases. Okay, so now let's put the note here. It's gonna be considering only alphanumeric characters and ignoring cases. So now my solution here would be doing this with 2 pointers. Okay, one pointer pointing to the beginning and the other one pointing to the end, and then we will try to march towards the middle, and then during this process we're going to compare if the beginning is equal to the end. And whenever we see whenever either the beginning or the head pointer or the tail pointer meets a alphanumeric letter, or I mean in this case it's going to be non-alphanumeric. When we meet a non-alphanumeric letter or character, we'll skip it and then we'll jump into the next one. So okay, so it's a really simple question, so we just spend 3 unnecessary minutes to analyze this. Okay. Okay. Now, first of all, one note here. For the purpose of this problem, we define empty string as valid palindrome. So if it's empty, then we can. So if it's empty, we can just return true. So if dot length, you know what? I like to first get the length of the string dot length h. So if length is equal to 0, then we'll return what we do. Return true according to the requirement. And okay, now here's the heart of the problem. So we're gonna have 2 pointers, which is one is, we call it now. Let's call it head, right? Shall we? And the other one, let's call it tail. Okay, so tail is going to be the length minus 1, which is the end index of the string. Now, so what we're going to do is, while head is less than tail, now we are going to iterate through this string all the way to the middle from both ends. And first of all, we need to check if, so now first of all, we need to have a, so it's a header, you know, like a header character. So we need this called, let's say HR, right? Not, this is not recruiting. We call it, let's call it start, shall we? The start character, okay? So you know what? Let's call it, naming a variable. It's the one of the most difficult part. Make sure I'm not running out of time. Head character is equal to cat chart s.chart, and at this position, head, and then character is tail chart is equal to s.chart at tail. Now, first of all, we need to check now if this is a valid. Is this the character we want? Now, first of all, I think let's check if there is a, no, not character, not playing movies, if there's a, if there is a method in the character class that helps us to determine if a character is digit or not. So let's look up a digit. Okay, so we have its digit and is digit and is letter or digit. Okay, I think this is what we want, and the parameter is character, so which is exactly what we need. Now, first of all, so if now head, so we're going to have character class, and is letter, hold up, is digit or letter? Letter, digit. Okay, letter or digit. Okay, now we're going to put the head character inside of it. So if it's not, so if it's not a letter or digit, then so alphanumeric is letter or digit, right? Just make sure I understood this. Flu season. So if it's letter or digit, if it's not, then what the hell are we doing here? Let's get the hell out of here. Let's do head plus plus. And now, if basically the same thing. Now that we have verify head, the next step is to verify else if. So if this head is invalid, we're gonna go one more while loop, and then in the next until the head is what we want, right? Until the head is what we want. So, excuse me. Now, else if is letter or digit, and then, excuse me, if tail is not, tail minus minus, else if, the next thing is, okay, so since we're ignoring cases, we are going to convert all the both letters, but we're going to convert both characters into to uppercase. So it's going to be if character to uppercase and we're going to put the head character in it is not equal to character to uppercase tail character. Alright, so if this is not, then we will just simply return false because this is not what we want, and then out of the for loop we'll just return true. I mean, outside of the while loop we just return true. Okay, so this is basically it, and then let's test it with a few test cases. So shall we? So say let's just use the example above. So we have a race car. So this is how it's gonna work. So we have R, all right. So now the head is R and tail is R. Okay, so now are they okay? Are they a digit? Yes. So if they are not equal to, no, you know what? We're missing one thing. Oh no, we're missing. We forgot to update the counters. So which is start should increase at the same time and should minus. Okay. So now R and R are the same, and let's look at A. So A is, well, hold up. If it's return false, no, sorry, this is wrong. So return false, and then okay, this is correct, right? This is correct, but at the same time, we should always increase. Else, if they are okay, so if they're equal, then what we need to do is I hate flu season. This is ridiculous. But I need to cook myself some chicken noodle soup. Anyways, let's get started. So now we're at A, and okay, just start increase and increase. That's all right. And now we have C. Okay, C they're equal to. And then we have E and head is E right now. Okay, and head is E. It's not. It's not. So head is it is. So right now. So if C and E, E is uppercase letter, and else if they're not equal, then so we have E and a space, right? So head is E, and tail is the space. So if character is not equal to letter or digit, okay, so this time C is gonna decrease without without updating both pointers. So so we're gonna have C. We're gonna have the tail to become A. So A is, well, obviously not a good match with E. So okay. So the algorithm is we will keep updating both pointers until both pointers are valid. So if it's A is valid, if that is not enough, we're gonna have if head is valid, it's not enough, we're gonna have tail valid too. Okay, so let's test it. Oh. Start. And it's tail, man. It's tail. Make sure I'm not running out of time. Okay, so I think we're safe to submit it. Let's see. Okay, it's ready. Oh, wait. Accepted. Perfect. Let's. Okay, so now, it's a pretty easy question. I think the trick is here, around here. This is the, well, relatively complicated logic. Usually, what usually what people do, it's a common mistake that they will, if it's not, they will just keep increasing, which is not, well, you could do that, but it's not efficient. But anyways, thanks for watching, and happy coding. I'll see you next time. Bye.